cactus and succulent growers, I'm Lynn and welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon in the north of Ireland. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about a particular type of mealybug, different to the commonly seen mealybug. That is the worst type of mealybug you can get on your cactus or succulent collection. Now, I just want to start off, before I talk about this particular different type of mealybug to the normal mealybugs, I want to apologise for being missing in action on YouTube for a bit of a while, and also not keeping on top of all my comments. I've mentioned in quite a few recent videos that I have been working on a very exciting, amazing work project, totally unrelated to cacti, and I've been working away from home and very long hours with literally no internet where I'm working away. So apologies for not getting on top of my comments and replying to you all. Hopefully I'll get replying over the next week or so, and then after this sort of time next week is when I finish the work project and I'll be back home again, and I'll have a lot more time to catch up on making videos and all the things I want to talk about with the plants. So do bear with me, and apologies if you've sent me comments and things like that and I haven't replied to you yet. I'm off this weekend and then I'm back at work on my work project, 12-hour days, which is amazing, but just wanted to get that in because I'm not ignoring you all, and do stay tuned for lots more videos coming up very, very soon. So anyway, this particular type of mealybug is very different to the more typical mealybug that you see, and I have made many videos on my channel on how to get rid of mealybug, including what I like to use, the rubbing alcohol, the neem oil, and even the diatomaceous earth, which all helps to keep mealybugs at bay. And the reason why I say at bay is because there's no magic cure to get rid of mealybug entirely. You can treat the mealybug and get rid of it, but it's always going to come back, and that's because cacti and succulents are very prone to it. So this particular mealybug is very different to the more typical mealybug. And first of all, before I show you this other type of mealybug, I'm going to show you the more commonly seen mealybug, because although I try and keep my best on the collection, I come in here regularly. I've been working away from home, but I've got Hansi coming in regularly, checking on all of the plants to check for mealybugs for me and other things. So he comes in with the rubbing alcohol, dabs any mealybugs he sees in the mornings. But there's always going to be some type of mealybug that you're going to see, and it's just keeping it at bay. Now, this is the most commonly type of mealybug, and I'm going to show you this first before I show you these other ones, and that's because I spotted mealybug on this morning. This is one of my Ostracylinder opuntias, the opuntia family, which are very prone to mealybug. And as you can see there, little white nests. I'll just come round. The typical mealybug, as you can see, little white woolly nests, and I'm going to be dabbing that off with a rubbing alcohol, dabbing it again with some diatomaceous earth to prevent them there. But this is very commonly seen. Thankfully, the majority of my collection looks in pretty good, which is great because it's always a never-ending battle with mealybugs. However, a few years ago, when I was living in the south of Ireland, I discovered a new type of mealybug that looks very, very different to the typical woolly nest and the typical woolly looking mealybugs. And it sounds disgusting, but when you actually treat mealybug, you put the rubbing alcohol on, they usually turn pink and dissolve on contact, and it kills them instantly. And it's the best way of actually getting rid of mealybugs, really, is dabbing them with the rubbing alcohol. But this other type of mealybug I noticed is more ovally and oval shaped and smaller than the more commonly seen mealybug. And also, when you dab it on contact with the rubbing alcohol, which I'm actually going to show you an example in this video, the juices of the mealybug, is green and not pink. Very odd. So sorry if this video is going to disgust you, but I want to actually I hope this will help you, because just to let you know that one mealybug, there's more than many different types of mealybugs. So first of all, this is what I discovered this morning on one of my seedlings. This is one of my little Pharaoh cactus seedlings that I've grown from seed myself back in 2018. And I actually had this here. And when I was going through this morning, I was checking the collection, and Hansi has done a very good job while I've been away. I'm keeping an eye on all the plants. But this was actually on that side like that. It looked okay. And I come in here and tried to pick them up and check. I picked this up and I thought, what's that on there? Look at that, guys. And this is that type of mealybug back again. And as you can see, I don't know if the focus is that brilliant on the camera. I can't get too close. But if you can see there's groups and groups of very tiny oval shaped bugs. There's no woolly nests. And this particular type of odd mealybug doesn't produce the woolly nests that normal mealybugs do. And the difference is when you try and get rid of them as well with rubbing alcohol, it produces a green juice and not a reddish pinky juice. Vile, yes. But this is a very different type of mealybug, and I experienced this, as I mentioned, a few years ago. When I lived in the south of Ireland, I had a bit of an outbreak of it, and I'd never seen this type of mealybug before, and it was very difficult to get rid of. Even with the rubbing alcohol, the neem oil, the diatomaceous myself, it was very invasive, and I lost quite a few plants from it. And I really don't like the idea of this type of mealybug in my collection. And I've even checked online, I've googled to see what type this is, and I can't find anything online about mealybug that gives off a green juice. But they're obviously some type of mealybug. They congregate together, as you can see there. And I'm just going to, sadly with this little seedling, I'm going to try and remove the mealybugs, obviously, with a rubbing alcohol. But from my experience with this type of mealybug, it's just one I just don't want in my collection at all, so I may have to get rid of this little cutie. I'm going to take it out into the yard, away from any of the cacti in the polytunnel. I've checked all neighbouring plants. It was here, all of these around here, and I can't see any traces of it on any of the others, but it has come from somewhere. Now, disgusting as this is, guys, I'm just going to show you what I mean. Rubbing alcohol here, and I use isopropyl alcohol, one by Hex Seal. 99%. It's absolutely brilliant. And then what you want to do, I use a little bit, put a bit in a spray bottle, spray some in here, and I'm going to show you what I mean. I dab it on directly with contact here, and when I go on, you will see that it goes green. See there, there's no pink. Normally when you dab them, mealybugs, it goes a pink juice, and I'm going to show you with an example on that Apuntia I just showed you in a minute ago. It's like a green, and you can see clearly there's no pink, it's green. And not only that, this mealybug is very invasive because it, as I say, the tiny little pill-shaped bugs congregate together and they don't produce the woolly nests. So it is really odd. So have you ever experienced this type of mealybug, guys? It's just, and there's very little online. Now, although I'm removing this, I'm showing you this for this video, but as sad as it is, I probably just have to compost this little seedling because I don't want to risk it. From my experience with this particular mealybug, it's almost impossible to get rid of in the collection, even with all the methods I use. But there's no pink there, as you can see. And it just gives off a very dark green juice. It's killing them on contact, but it's a very dark green juice, as you can see there. Now then, I'm going to show you an example now with the typical, more traditional type of mealybug that you see. As I mentioned, I've spotted it on here. And the difference in the colour of the juices with the typical mealybug. So there we go. I'm going to just dab on here. See, it goes pink instantly. See? Sounds disgusting, but you can see it's pink. Like a pinky colour, and this is more typical mealybug. So this other mealybug is not the same, and it doesn't produce woolly nests. So let's got rid of that on there. So yep, I just wanted to do a little video there just to show you guys, to be aware if you see this particular mealybug in your collection. And obviously I'm going to carry on treating this with rubbing alcohol. Then I'm going to be using some diatomaceous earth here, sprinkling it onto the top, and that helps to prevent them as well. But as I say, I'm going to completely isolate this one from the collection, put it out into the backyard under some cover, and just keep an eye on it. And if these pests keep coming back, it's also got a very weak root system, as you can see there. That's not good. It's a shame because it's a little pharaoh cactus grown from seed, but I think I'm just going to compost it because I don't want to risk it. Sad. Happy to say the rest of my collection are pretty good. And as I say, apologies again for not keeping on top with videos. I know I've got a lot of video requests people want me to do. And I've just been up to my eyeballs working away, which has been absolutely brilliant. But I'm looking forward to catching up with all of the videos I want to be getting done, including an end of summer complete update on the cacti and succulents, and also giving all of the cacti their very final last watering before winter. So I'm going to include videos on that. And happy to say I've got lots coming into bud still. I'm still very active. Weather's actually been very, very nice this weekend. Gorgeous sunny temperatures and boiling, in fact, which are a bit of a late Indian summer. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And as I say, have you discovered this strange little green mealybug on your plants? The green juiced mealybug that doesn't produce the woolly nests on your cacti and succulents? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any idea what type of mealybug it is, also let me know in the comments down below. So also for lots more tips and tricks on how you can care for and grow many different types of cacti and succulents, then don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And for more growing tips as well, do check out the information I have on my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to thank you all for your awesome support, and I want to send you lots and lots and tons of cactus